You're an inspiration to me. You motivate me a lot. That's really what keeps my engine going. I can't let these people down, and I won't let these people down. I definitely do it for the fans. I don't think the fans know how much they mean to me. They're not even my fans. I feel like they're my family. This fight, I do feel more motivated because this is a fight that everybody wants to see. I'm just going harder. I could have picked an easier fighter. I could have went the easy route, but I don't want to do that. Team, his dog, his cat, everybody over there. My main job is to beat the out of him, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
To fight the best out there. He's a champion, he's a danger fighter because he's very explosive. He calm and throw a lot of punches. But you know, I enjoy that kind of fight. You know? When both fighters stay there and throw punches, I enjoy it. To come back, for me, very few times I take a year off, so I feel like I'm 50 years old, so it's gonna be a good fight. He's strong, he throw a lot of punches, good combination, and he's young, so it's gonna be a good fight because the styles is a perfect combination for a good fight.
Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez have once again traded shots. However, Benavidez is making it clear that his game is about much more than raw power. He believes his speed, combinations, and pinpoint accuracy will be the keys to breaking Canelo down.
So my experience has been, it's just, I honestly, it was with me and myself, my style. You know, when I started stopping guys at 68, I thought it was just because I had the one punching power. But then I've come to realize that it's not my one punching power, it's my speed and combinations.
Yes.
And also working behind the jab.
Yes.
So now that I'm coming up in weight, I'm not gonna throw one single shot, I'm throwing combinations.
Yes.
You know what I mean? This is, I've been blessed with speed and combination, so I'm just gonna do more of that. And I guarantee you, you know what I mean? You can hit one spot over and over again. And the more I hit it, I'm the most accurate, you know, fighter in all of boxing. So I'm definitely gonna find my target. Whole life I had been throwing combinations, but then I started falling in love with one punching, like one single shot.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of great boxers go through that, but it's up to the boxer to figure out what's the best for him.
Yeah.
What's his strengths, what's his weaknesses. And you know, now that I go back to phase one, to squares one, I see that my gift is my speed and combination.
Moreover, David Benavidez says becoming a unified champion is the next major step in building his legacy. He's willing to make the move back down in weight because he believes it's the path to the biggest fights and the titles he wants.
My plan is, like I said, my plan wasn't just to abandon the light heavyweight division. My plan was come up, grab 2 titles. My dream is to become a unified champion. So I'm already there. You know, my foot is already there, basically at the finish line. So it's smart for me to come back down. And you know, obviously a lot of people are worried about the weight, this and that. But like I tell everybody, don't worry about that. Let me worry about that. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm just trying to give you guys the best fights possible, the best fights out there. And then after that fight, when I capture the titles, I'm going and I'm fighting Beterbiev. So I'm just trying to give the biggest and best fights happen to the fans. And you know, I mean, for me and my legacy, this is really what I feel like I have to.
On the other hand, Canelo says his love for boxing is what keeps him going. He feels he has accomplished almost everything already, but still sees himself having 3 or 4 more fights left in the sport.
Thinking about, but sometimes it's not about money.
Right.
You know what I mean? I get a lot of like paydays, like you say, but I'm still love boxing. I don't do it because I get a lot big paydays. It's because I really still enjoy boxing. I love boxing, but it's nothing out there for me to prove because I did everything. I accomplished pretty much everything in boxing. I still enjoy it, but it's maybe 3, 4 more fights for me there.
After conquering multiple divisions and reaching the top of the sport, Canelo Alvarez admits there isn't much left for him to prove, but he says his passion for boxing is still strong, and the records he continues to break are what keep him motivated to fight.
Like, what else do you want to accomplish in boxing? Like, for me, you've accomplished almost everything there is. You were pound for pound king for a long, long time.
You're obviously your first ballot Hall of Famer. You won titles in so many weight classes, even 175. What is left to accomplish?
No, I pretty much accomplish everything in boxing, but I still enjoy it. I still feel the passion for boxing, and every time I step in the ring, I break records. So that's why I'm still here.
Max Kellerman questions whether Canelo still has the same hunger after accomplishing so much in his career. He believes Canelo clearly still enjoys boxing, but points out that Benavidez brings a different kind of drive.
Great fighter, Canelo. The one thing I wonder about, though, if he's in the stage of his career, like Gabe, you're retired, but you still like to spar, right? But that is a different mentality than a dude who, when Mike asks him, what else do you have to accomplish? He's like, oh, I accomplished everything, I just enjoy it. There's a line from Julius Caesar, from Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, where Julius Caesar says, Jan Cassius has a lean and hungry look. I want men around me who are fat, right? Like when, you know, if Canelo just enjoys it, that's not a lean and hungry look. A lean and hungry, now he's fighting a guy with a lean and hungry look in Mbili. And that's when I hear talk like that, I could see he loves it still, right? He enjoys it. He has all the money in the world, but he still wants to box, I get.
Answering Stephen Smith's question, David Benavidez says the Canelo Alvarez fight is simply too big to leave on the table. Benavidez believes the Mexican showdown between two elite champions needs to happen, but admits Canelo has every reason to avoid the risk of fighting a monster like him while giving Benavidez the advantage.
Do you believe that at this stage of his career, Canelo Alvarez would ever choose to fight you?
I mean, to be honest with you, I just feel like it's too big of a fight to leave on the table. I think, you know, what that fight represents, you know, two great Mexicans going at it, you know, two great world champions, the best world champions of their era going at it. So I feel like, you know, it has to happen, you know, eventually. You know, it's too big of a fight to not make happen. If it doesn't happen, that's going to be a shame. We left a great fight on the table, but you know, at the end of the day, if I was Canelo Alvarez, I wouldn't want to fight me, David Benavidez, a Mexican monster, either.
Teddy Atlas believes Benavidez has the edge because of his speed, explosiveness, and ability to suddenly turn up the pressure. He further says Benavidez has a natural instinct for knowing exactly when to explode, making his offense extremely difficult to handle.
The reason why, and the biggest reasons why I gave Benavidez a advantage just wouldn't fight. Forget about that he was going to stop him. But his hands are faster, he's more explosive, and he's got that ability to fight and burst. He is a guy, I think the secret's out. I don't think everyone knew that this is a guy who is explosive and burst. The way that, you know, you might be in a certain part of the country that is prone to cloudbursts of rain. Like in the middle of the day, all of a sudden, boom, there's a burst of torrential rain. And then it stops. And then boom, there's another one. That's Benavidez. He is explosive with his hand speed, with power.
Sharing similar thoughts, Shawn Porter also praised Benavidez for the high-level skills he displayed in the ring. He believes Benavidez consistently finds the right position, makes the right move, and shows the kind of timing and ring IQ that separates elite fighters.
I mean, to shoot shine to the head at this level is remarkable. The things just we've always known about him, he's always been on those marks. He's always been able to be right there in the right space, the right place, and throw the right punch and do the right thing every time. That, to me, that's what gives you the understanding, the level of IQ a fighter has in the ring. When this dance is happening and another fighter can make that step before the other guy, can throw that punch and then move before the other guy, that's when you're seeing how high a fighter's IQ is.
With Benavidez's next move still a major question, Roy Jones Jr. believes there's really only one fight that makes sense for him. He sees Canelo as the opportunity to make history, especially after Crawford proved that Canelo can be beaten.
Because that's the fight. That's the only fight for David Benavidez right now. Anybody else is really a waste of time. You got a chance to go up and try to make history again. You know what I'm saying? At doing something that you kind of want to do anyway. Right. You be the first to beat him, and you made history. And you was the first one to beat him. Then you see this guy go there and do exactly what he did and show that it can be done. This is why I said he should do it, because I know this already. He can make the weight and he can fight. Come on, man, that was the perfect fight for him. I said it before and I said it again. It's just God always have a way of showing people that I know them. That just really triple proved me to be right about saying he should go right and fight him.
While Andre Ward has questions about how David Benavidez will handle the added weight, he still gives him a slight edge in the matchup. Ward points to Benavidez's unbeaten run and ability to gradually break opponents down, expecting him to eventually take control and find a way to win.
Man, I think this fight, the question that I have about David Benavidez is how you gonna carry that weight. Is the volume still gonna be as fast and as loud and as strong as it normally is, right? How's your conditioning gonna be? Because all move-ups are not the same. Sometimes people move up and it's like, man, that weight class fits you just right. You should have moved up a long time ago. Then other times it's like, you're not the same. You're not the same fighter up here as you were down there. So that's the question I have with Benavidez. How is he gonna carry that weight? I don't have a prediction, but I think it's gonna be a great fight that I give David Benavidez a slight edge to. Right? This is a 60-40 situation for me. Maybe a little bit more in his favor. Maybe 65-35, but that's just because he hasn't lost. We haven't seen that blueprint. And even if guys have good rounds, they don't have good fights against him. Ultimately, they wear down mentally, physically, emotionally, and David Benavidez takes over, and he ultimately stops guys or beats them up and gets his hand raised.
Adding his perspective, Malik Scott believes Benavidez isn't just one of the best fighters around. He may be the most dangerous of them all. What makes him so threatening is his non-stop hand speed, relentless combinations, and the fact that he can keep serious power behind his punches from the opening bell to the final round.
One of the best fighters in the world. To me, Benavidez is the most dangerous fighter in the world, and I'm including all divisions. We could talk about Shakors, we could talk about Haney's, we could talk about all these Usyks and guys that's better than him technically. But I'm talking about as far as danger zone. When you are in the fight of your life from round 1 through round 12, David Benavidez, I've never seen nothing like him before. I've never seen hand speed like that on a consistent basis. I've never seen extension with that hand speed like that. He throw 8 punch combinations sometimes or even more. If he throw 13 shots, 11 of them got heat on it. Usually the more people throw, the more that the power is not there. No, he's gritting.
While some question whether Canelo still has the hunger, Gabe Rosado believes the fire is definitely still there. From seeing him in the gym and passionately giving advice to fighters like Munguia, Rosado says Canelo still has that genuine desire to compete and remain around the sport.
Canelo, I think he still has that fire. He still has that fire in him. He still wants to fight. So. And he's not doing it just because it's fun. He has that fire. You know, I've seen him in the gym in San Diego. We've worked some rounds, and it's just him getting back. But, you know, he has that fire. Watching him in the corner giving Munguia advice while me and Munguia was sparring, and him being so passionate about it. It's like he's around Frank Sanchez. He's around all these fighters where he still wants to do this.
As Canelo and Benavidez potentially sharing the spotlight gets people talking, Tim Bradley sees Canelo's appearance at a Benavidez fight as the perfect opportunity to reignite the matchup talk. He argues that if Canelo is willing to show up, then it's time to stop avoiding the fight and finally make the showdown happen.
Canelo, the crazy thing is another thing that I'm seeing is that according to, some sources, Canelo might be in the building. And I'm like, okay, all right, Canelo, like, stop, come on, bro. You ain't had the balls to get in there and fight no damn Benavidez. And I know, come on, Canelo fans, come on, Canelo fans, bring it, for real. No, you didn't have the balls to get in there and fight Benavidez, but you're going to go to his fight, right? Come on, stop. And get in the ring with Benavidez. It's the perfect time now. He's already blown up to 200 and something pounds now. Now you bring him back down, bring his back down to 168, Canelo, and say you want to fight him.
Sergio Mora believes Benavidez would give Canelo a much tougher physical challenge at this stage of his career. He points out that Canelo is an older, flat-footed fighter, which could be dangerous against an undefeated puncher who is still hungry and determined to make his moment count.
That's going to be a tougher fight for Canelo, and at this stage of Canelo's career, he doesn't like physical fights. He likes to impose his aura. He likes to impose his reputation, guys to be intimidated. That ain't gonna be Christian and Billy. Canelo's not a boxer. Canelo's not gonna be moving. Canelo's a flat-footed fighter. He's an older flat-footed fighter with 75 damn professional fights. He's been fighting professionally since he was 15. He is war-torn. The last thing you want is to be war-torn, to have physical ailments, and be in there in a physical fight with an undefeated puncher that's hungry for this moment.
Sharing his views, Zab Judah is extremely confident in David Benavidez, saying he has a different kind of energy that opponents simply can't shut down. He believes Benavidez has a rare ability to flip a switch in the middle of a fight, suddenly turning up his offense and overwhelming opponents with relentless combinations.
He's stopping him, and look, I told you. I just know certain fighters that got certain energies. That's how they moving, and you ain't stopping that. Nobody. Word.
Tell me, Soup, what you think about the elbow, though?
Pikiti. I mean, listen, man. Sometimes things happen. Things happen, man. I don't think that he's the kind of fighter. He don't intentionally have to do anything negative to do that. He got too much great offense, too much great positive to do to gotta work on negative moves. Listen, he's probably the only fighter we know with a switch. Like, we talking street now. He's the only fighter we know with a switch on him. He got a switch on him. The switch kick in, he you know what I'm saying? The rest of these boys is wow.
Robert Garcia points to the skill behind Benavidez's high-volume attack, especially the way he puts together long combinations without losing his positioning. He says maintaining the right shoulder and elbow placement while firing off punches shows the level of technique and control behind Benavidez's offense.
When you're in a fight and you're throwing 10 punch combinations, you know, there's punches, or sometimes, you know, with going instead of the elbow, you could have hit with this. And is that a slap? Oh, you did it on purpose? You know what I mean? Yeah. Is that a big slap? You know, because you're so fast. You know, we always teach our fighters to keep your shoulder high. You know, if you're gonna keep your shoulder high, then your elbow's high too. So when you're throwing and you're, you know, of course, if the face is right there, it could easily touch the face. It doesn't mean he's doing it on purpose. You know what I mean? Or else, if you don't pick your elbow, if you don't pick your shoulder up and your elbow up, then it's gonna be a fuck. No fighter does that. No fighter does this, right?
Yeah, no.
Or at least a professional fighter, a broadcast fighter, it's not gonna fucking hook like this.
Giving his opinion on the potential matchup, Bernie the Boxer is confident Canelo Alvarez would be a brutal matchup for his fighter, insisting Canelo still has plenty left despite the loss to Crawford. He says Canelo looked like his usual self and executed his game plan well. With the Canelo-Benavidez showdown still uncertain, Coach Breadman believes Canelo knows Benavidez would be a difficult fight, especially after moving up and coming off the Crawford loss. From his perspective, if Canelo doesn't want the matchup, there's no point forcing it. Benavidez should simply move on and find another challenge.
Canelo is smaller guy, he just lost to Crawford. Crawford coming up in weight. He knows he can't beat Benavidez. I've always said it's a tough fight for Canelo. So at this point, like, and I'm not on Canelo's side, I'm not on anybody's side, I don't even know Canelo. But he's pretty much saying, I can't beat you, man. So when the guy do that, just leave him alone. You know what I mean? Like, you don't got to keep bothering him. He don't want to fight the man. It's nothing you could do if a person don't want to fight.
As Benavidez continues to move up in weight, questions remain about how his body will respond at the higher limit. Greg Hackett believes he'll still be dangerous, but says the added weight could affect his movement and stamina.
You already know I peep shit.
Yeah,
you already know.
You peep
I think that weight. Yeah, I think that weight gonna bother him a little bit. I mean, he gonna be Benavidez. He gonna bust his gun, but that weight gonna bother him. You know what I mean?
Wow, I hate to hear that.
his legs look extra heavy, bro. That's the biggest he ever been. I've never seen his legs that heavy though. And I know he been working on his strength and conditioning. I know he been doing that, but he still never really competed at the highest level.
Whether Canelo has anything left to prove or Benavidez finally gets his shot at boxing's biggest name, one thing is certain: the demand for this fight isn't going away anytime soon. With opinions split across the board, the only way to settle the debate is inside the ring.